The last day of Passover, we celebrate the splitting of Yam Suf. It's called the Red Sea, but really it wasn't the Red Sea, it was the Reed Sea. God took all the Jews across the river. At first glance, it doesn't make much of a sense what exactly happened over there. It says that the Jews left Egypt and the Egyptians pursued them and wanted to kill them. And God split the sea and they went over, and then God drowned all of the Egyptians in the sea. Why did God have to make such a drama out of the whole thing? Why didn't he just take the Jews out and that's it? One of the reasons was because the Jewish people, after they left Egypt, they got up to the sea and they didn't know what to do. The sea didn't split for them. The Egyptians were behind them. There was desert to the right and the left. So the Jews broke up into 4 different groups. One said, let's go back to Egypt, we'll surrender. Another group said, let's go down fighting, we'll fight. Another group said, let's pray. And a 4th group said, listen, we're so confused, go back to Egypt, doesn't seem right, let's drown ourselves. Drown ourselves in the sea. It says one of the reasons that the Egyptians ran after the Jews because the Jews took all of the money out of Egypt. They took all of the riches. So the question is asked, why didn't any of the Jews think, hey, let's give them back the money. Maybe we can make a deal. No one even thought of it. So on one hand, it's a joke because that's the nature of Jews. They think more about money than they do about anything else. But the fact of the matter is that money wasn't just regular money. God promised to Abraham 400 years earlier that the Jews were going to go out of Egypt with tremendous riches, because those riches contained in them the secret of why God creates this world and why there sometimes has to be suffering to reveal the good in the world. The Jewish people suffered for 210 years. They took out the sparks of meaning. They took out units of love and holiness from Egypt. They elevated it. The previous Lubavitcher Rebbe was put into prison and he was tortured in prison by the communists. He said to go back there even for one moment, I wouldn't give me all the money, I wouldn't go back to prison. He said, but to relinquish 1 minute of the experience that I had, I wouldn't relinquish. Because to suffer in this world for the sake of the truth is nothing greater than that. Even though that nobody wants to. But the fact of the matter is that that's why we're in the world, to take the world and to elevate it. And once we realize that we're in this world for a challenge, is the suffering, 90% of it goes away. And that's where the riches were that the Jews took out of Egypt, that they would never relinquish. Let that be a lesson for us right now. Everything that happens, everything that in the world, and everything we do, everyone we encounter, everything that we use, whether it's for good or whether it seems to be not good, there are sparks of holiness in it. And the reason we're here in the world is to elevate the world, just like the Jews elevated the Egyptians. But we have to have someone like Moses to teach us how to do it and to inspire us, to tell us that that's why we're doing. And that's going to be Moshiach. Moshiach is going to be the person that's going to inspire every single person to understand that the difficulties in the world are really opportunities. And from those opportunities, we can make blessings. That's why we make and we need Moshiach now.